There we go. Now we're locked and loaded at the sound of the tone. All right, we're off and running with race number 1. This is our 21.5 B main event. Top 2 going to find their way into that A main. Right now, Rich Brown leading us out, pushing it wide. Looks like Rowan in the 2. Valencia in the 3. Chandler in the 4. Washington in the 5. Race number 2, 17.5 lock timing B main event. You will be up next. Just keep it clean, kids. Keep it clean. Out front, it is going to be Phil Rowan. Rich Brown in the 2. Chandler in the 3. All right, back out in front. It is going to be Phil Rowan. Rich Brown working up the hill off the end of the short chute through Laguna Seca. Nose to tail. Valencia in a 3. He's got Chandler knocking on the back door. Off the end of straightaway, Rowan and Brown still going at it. Working their way around the track. That is your top 2 trying to find their way into that B main. Thank you, CJ. Chris doing a little durability testing 101 for me out there. Back out up front, still going to be Rich Brown now up on top. Phil Rowan going to drop it to the 2. 2:45 in, 2:15 to go. You're watching race number 1, 21.5 B main. Race number 2, 17.5 lock timing B main. Coming up at you next. All right, now Brown and Rowan trying to find their way into that A main. Brown putting it upside down. Rowan going to find his way up on top with 3 and 2 to go. Chandler up into the 3. Valencia in the 4. I will need 3 volunteer marshals. 3 volunteer marshals to help me out. Probably 2 to 3 volunteer marshals to help me out race number 2. 2 to 3 volunteer marshals to help me out race number 2. 17.5 lock timing going to take the top 3 into that A main event. Right now you got 3:30 in, 1:30 to go. Rowan leading out. Brown in the 2, Chandler in the 3. Valencia and Washington going to round out my top 5.
One minute left.
Watch on the backside triple. Watch backside triple. It is clear. With 25 seconds to go. Watch out front, drivers. Watch it out front. With time expiring, that will be time on the master clock. Everyone will be done when you cross the start-finish line. Phil Rowan and Rich Brown, you guys are going to that A main. Are you both running that main? No? All right. Brandon Chandler, are you going to run the main? Rich Brown, you going to run the main? All right. Waiting on two. Rich Brown Phil Rowan going to take the proverbial win, but he's going to bow out. So Rich Brown and Chandler, you guys are bumping into that A main. Marshals, grab those blowers. Start blowing off your areas. I will need 3 volunteer marshals to help me out with race number 2. 3 volunteer marshals, help me out race number 2, please. All right, drivers from race number 1, I need you guys on the track, please. Drivers from race number 1, I need you guys on the track, please. And I do need at least 3 volunteer marshals, please. 3 volunteer marshals, please. I need 3 volunteer marshals. I only got Brown, Chandler, Valencia, and Washington to marshal for me. Roll them out, check them in, guys. This is a 4-car dance, but I would like to have at least 5 to 6 marshals out there to help these guys out, please.
Chris Friend and Ryan.
Chandler's out there. Thank you, Brandon. Jimmy Left, you want to grab cone 3 for me? I'd appreciate it. Mike, I think we're actually good. If you can help me out after this race, I'd appreciate it, though. Thank you. Again, top 3 going to find your way into that A main. I will need lots of volunteers after this race is done. Qualifying on the pole will be Chris Friedenreich. Nils Crenshaw in the 2, Rosen in the 3, Craig Nelson in the 4. And with that being said, no more laps. You guys can go and get the cars lined up.
One minute to the start of the race.
Let's get our cars lined up, guys.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, drivers ready, marshals ready. Y'all are going to the sound of the tone. Leading us out is going to be, looks like Friedenreich getting it wrong. Rosen in the 2, Crenshaw in the 3. Friedenreich now popping up into the 2. Top 3 trying to find their way into that A main event later on. Rosen, Friedenreich, and Crenshaw all going up the hill, going down the hill. Working their way through the switchback section. Again, I got 3 drivers that are able to marshal in this. I'll need 3 volunteer marshals for the next race. That'll be my mod 2-wheel drive B main event. Starring the one and only Sean Sanchez on the BQ again. If he had gummy bears, he might have had a shot in the A. You're not going to live it down. So, yeah, just hang your head down low. Watch coming into the backside triple. It is clear. So top 3 cars right now. Chris Friedenreich leading you out. Going up the hill, going down the hill. Rosen, Team Pink. Working his way through the switchback section. Nils Clinshaw in that 3. Craig Nelson in the 4. Watch coming on the backside triple. Watch the backside triple. It is clear. Watch going up the hill, divers. Watch going up the hill. Watch it out front, drivers. Watch it out front. It is clear. Rosen spinning around like a record. Clinshaw trying to find his way up into the top 2. Race number 3. Two-wheel drive modified B main event coming at you next. Friedenreich on top. Rosen in the 2.
Two minutes left.
Chris Friedenreich leading out. Dave Rosen and Clinshaw all going at it tooth and nail up the hill. Through Laguna Seca they go. Nelson getting used to having some jumps on the track versus some speed dots. 340 in, 120 to go.
One minute left.
Watching the switchback, guys. Drivers, you have under 15 to go. Under 15 to go. Friedenreich in cruise mode. Rosen and Clinshaw still going at it. They're going to make a buy for white flag lap. Friedenreich putting it upside down. Again, I'm going to need at least 3 to 4 volunteer marshals to help me out with this next race. 3 to 4 volunteers to help me out with this next race. Time has expired. Y'all will be done when you cross start finish line. Keep on trucking. Friedenreich, you are done. Rosen, you are done. Nils Clinshaw, you are done. Craig Nelson, you are done. That is a race. I'll stop.
The race is complete.
Marshall's going to grab your blowers. Marshall's going to grab your blowers. Start blowing off your areas. You know what we're going to do? Friedenreich, Rosen, Clinshaw, and Nelson, you guys are all running the A main. We're going to make a 17.5 lock timing A main with 11 cars. Why? Because we can. As long as you're good with it. I think you would be. Again, I need about 4 volunteer marshals to help me out. Race number 3. 4 volunteer marshals to help me out. Race number 3. Friedenreich, Rosen, Clinshaw, Nelson. You guys are all bumped into that A main. Hey, Jimmy left. Why stress? Where's the blower supposed to go? Yeah. You mean they're supposed to go around the track? They're supposed to go around the track? Nah.
Evan Furtick.
All right, two-wheel drive, modified. B-main event.
Tim Long.
You know what we haven't done in a while? We haven't done a Facebook Live video. So I think we're going to do that. So I need my marshals on the track, please. Marshals on the track, marshals on the track, marshals on the track, please. Let's go ahead and do this. I got Friedenreich there. I got one there. I got Caller there. Clenshaw there. Anton's there. Craig's there. I need one, two. I need 2 volunteer marshals, please. 2 volunteer marshals. Let's go ahead and roll them out. Check them in. Roll them out. Check them in. Roll them out.
1 minute
check
to the
them
start
in.
of the race. Rudy Gonzalez. Keith Himmelman. Mike Sara.
Thank you, Justin. I need 1 volunteer marshal on cone number 7. 1 volunteer marshal on cone number 7.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
I don't even know who that
Orange.
was.
I love
Not
Jimmy
going to worry
left.
about it. All right, it's time for your two-wheel drive modified B-main event here on
30 seconds to the start of the
Full
race.
Noodle Saturday here at Hobby Action Raceway. So with that being said, let's go and back it down. Two-wheel drive modified, live and kicking here on a weekly basis. Last weekend we had a C-main. Today we got a B-main. 16-car dance
15 seconds
here
to the start of the race.
two-wheel drive modified. So we're going to turn it around and give you guys a crack at your top 8 front runners qualifying on
Less
the
than
pole.
5.
Gummy Bear himself, Sean Sanchez in the 2, rocking the Mugen-Siki. Tim Long, Evan Fertig in the 3, Paul Weir in the Rudy Gonzalez in the 4, Paul Weir in the 5, Sora in the 6, Himmelman in the 7, Salter in the 8. I got clear check out of all my marshals. Y'all know the routine. Drivers ready, marshals ready. Top 2 going to find their way into that A-main event at the sound of the tone. Gummy Bear going to lead us out. Sean Sanchez grabs a fistful of throttle. Tim Long in the 2, Fertig in the 3. Now they both flirt with the speed dots. Put it rubber side up. A couple cars get in on the backfield. That was Sora and Salter. Right now it is going to be Sean Sanchez. Gets it wrong in the center. Tim Long going to be leading us out right now. Leading lap number 1. Sanchez in the 2. Rudy Gonzalez in the 3. Paul Weir, tier 2.5 3/4. Popping up into the top 4 with Fertig in the 5. Through the backside triple they go. It is going to be Tim Long rocking the all-new Mugen-Siki coming to a hobby shop sometime in the near future. Sean Sanchez in the 2, Gonzalez in the 3, Weir in the 4. Top 4 car doing a breakaway dance. Long, Sanchez, Gonzalez, Weir, Fertig, and Himmelman. Right now, Tim Long working his way through the rumble section. He goes by timing and scoring. Going through Laguna Seca up the hill, down the hill. Don't forget, we got our 2024 Desert Classic coming up here, tail end of February, start of March. Got track build going on the first weekend coming out. Before that, Tim Long leading out. Fluorescent yellow into the silver and orange. By timing and scoring again, up the hill, going down the hill. Sean Sanchez starting to get a rearview mirror full of Rudy Gonzalez. He can taste it. 1:30 in, 3:30 to go. You know, doing a Facebook Live video and announcing and looking at a computer. How can that be said? Sometimes you got to have skills to pay the bills. Sometimes I do. Tim Long leading out. Sean Sanchez in the 2. Gonzalez, Weir, Fertig. 4-5 car breakaway dance going up the hill, going down the hill. Say, making his hair look good for the chicks on the camera. Long getting it wrong on the backside. That's going to move Gummy Bear up into the top spot now. Gonzalez in the 2. Weir into the 3. Everybody rooting on Action 6, Paul Weir. He gets it on 2 wheels. So back out up front, it is going to be Sean Sanchez. Coming up on the back door of Salter. Watch it in the center section. It is clear. Long going to drop it to the 4 now. Sanchez, Gonzalez, Weir, Fertig, and Long. There's your leader by the start finish line. Oh, maybe I could go live. We're recording a video. We'll just go live halfway through it. Weir finding his way up into the top 2. Oh, my goodness. Crowd goes wild. Here comes Sean Sanchez up in the lead. Paul Weir in the 2. That means we're going to have to find somebody to announce our modified A-main event. Looks like Willie Smith might get called out of the dugout. So back out in front going to be Sean Sanchez. Rocking in the clean air through the backside triple. In that 2 is going to be the moo of Paul Weir. You can tell how Paul Weir is so focused. He's gnawing at his upper lip up there. But there goes Paul Weir in the top 2 with 3 minutes in, 2 to go. Rudy Gonzalez in the 3, Long in the 4. Sanchez rocking the clean air. Weir in the 2. Gonzalez, Long. Fertig with 3:15 in, 1:45 to go. It is Sean Sanchez back up in front. through the uphill, downhill. Weir in that 2 spot. There's Gonzalez in the 3, up the hill, going down the hill. Tim Long, a little bit of rough lap back on the 2-minute mark. Going to settle back into the top 4 right now with 3:30 in, 1:30 to go. Oh my goodness, Paul Weir going to challenge for that 9 spot on the track. Getting cheers from Biceps. Marshall out front, please. Marshall out front. Thank you, Caden. Sanchez and Weir working their way through the uphill, downhill with 4 minutes to go. Sanchez, I would say shaking like a crack addict going through a detox because he didn't have his gummy bears going on today. But he's out front right now. Weir in the 2, working their way up the hill, going down the hill. Gonzalez in the 3. All eyes focused out front with Sanchez and Weir. With 45 seconds to go, backside trouble they go. Race number 4. That's going to be my Novice A-Main event. You will be up next, Novice A-Main. Sanchez and Weir. They're gapped out by 0.7 of a second. Weir got to be happy with this run. He's got about 0.8 of a second on Gonzalez in that 2 spot. Gonzalez in the 3. Fertig in the 4. Long in the 5. There's Sanchez and Weir with under 20 to go. Himmelman pulls it wide. They're going to get by for one more. It might be a white flag lap. Who's got it? Who wants it? 9th or 10th on the grid. Weir can feel it. He can taste it. He wants it. Sanchez through the backside triple with under 5 to go. All rubber side down. Here they go. They're not going to get by for one more. Weir gets it on the binders. That is time. Sanchez and Weir, you guys are punched into that A-Main event. Gonzalez in the 3. Fertig in the 4. Long going to be in my top 5. Waiting on Sora. Waiting on Sora. He is off the track. Waiting on Salter. And that is a race. All stop. Marshals, grab those blowers. Sanchez and Weir, I assume you guys are going to run your A-Main. Drivers from race number 3, I need you guys back out on the track, please. Drivers from race number 3, I need you guys back out on the track, please. All right, Novice A-Main event. You guys can go and roll them out, check them in. Drivers from race number 3, I need you guys back on the track, please. Drivers race number 3, I need you guys back on the track. Sanchez and Weir bumping into that A-Main. All right, race number 4, Novice A-Main event. Do not go backwards on the track. Do not go backwards on the track. Watch it center, guys. Marshals to your spots, please. Should have 8 marshals out there. Should have 8 marshals out there. Marshals to your spots, please. Marshals to your spots.
Mickey Loader.
And with that being said, no more laps. No more laps. Qualifying on the pole. Braden Haynes in the 2. Branson Caller in the 3. Blake Rusbolt in the 4. Chris Washington in the 5. Mikey Louder in the 6. John Rossiter in the 7. Elena Ash in the 8. Johnny Rossiter in the 9. Allie Dodge. And rounding out my top 10 will be Chase Iwanaga, who is not
Johnny Rossiter
on this. Let's go and get our cars lined up, novice drivers. Cars lined up. Braden Haynes on number 1. Branson Caller in the 2. Blake in the 3.
1 minute to the start of the race.
That's not 3, but close. Chris Washington in the 4. Chris, you need to move up, buddy. A little bit further, a little bit further, a little bit further, a little bit further. Fantastic.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Yeah, you need to be lined up in spot number 6 for me. All green truck. John? There you go. All right, novice drivers.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Make your passes clean. Have a little fun. Drivers ready, marshals ready. You guys are going at the sound of the tone. And we are locked and loaded with our Novice A-Main event. Off and running. Nice, good start. I have seen definitely a little bit worse out of there. No harm, no foul. Watch on the backside triple. Watch backside triple. Thank you, Rudy. Leading us out is going to be Branson Caller. Braden Haynes in the 2. Washington in the 3. Johnny in the 4. Need a Marshall by timing and scoring. Marshall by timing and scoring. Click. Chuck. Right behind you, sir. Thank you, sir. Race number 5. Stadium Truck A main coming up at you next. Stadium Truck A main coming up at you next. All right, it's going to be Branson Caller leading out. Braden Haynes in the 2. Washington in the 3. Let's keep it clean, kids. Keep it clean. Off the gas, off the gas, off the gas, Branson. You know better than that. Leading out to be Branson Keller. Braden Haynes in the 2. Chris Washington in the 3. Blake Rusbolt in the 4. Louder in the 5. Helps if it's on. Rolling race number 4, race number 5. Coming up at you next, that'll be my Stadium Truck A main. Stadium Truck A main coming up at you next. Out front, going to be Branson Caller on top. Braden Haynes in the 2, Washington in the 3. Rusbolt in the 4. .320 in, 240 to go. Marshall in the center. Marshall in the center, please. Steal your parts. Branson Caller leading out. 15 in the 6:15. Rusbolt in the 2. Haynes in the 3.
Two minutes left.
All right, drivers, you have a minute 15 left to go. 6-minute A mains. It's Branson Caller leading out. Blake Rusbolt in the 2. Braden Haynes in the 3. Rossiter in the 4. Louder in the 5. Washington in the 6. Ash, Rossiter, and
1 minute
Dodge
left.
going to round out my top 9. Watch it out front, drivers. Watch it out front. Watch it out front. Drivers, you got 30 seconds left to go. 30 seconds left to go. It is Caller on top. Braden Haynes in that 2 spot. Starting to finish out our Novice A main event. Keep it going, guys. You guys are doing amazing. Race number 5. Stadium Truck A main coming up at you next. Stadium Truck A main coming up at you next. 1, 2, 3. Where'd the other one go? Oh, yeah. So where Tim is. So we'll just have Tim go all the way around to cone 5. Thanks, Tim. You're going to blow off the track for me over there. That is time on the clock. You guys will all be done when you cross our finish line. Waiting on Caller and Louder and Dodge. Waiting on 2. Everyone else is done. Waiting on Caller and Dodge. Waiting on 1. Waiting on 1. And that is a race. I'll stop. I'll stop. Taking the win, Branson Caller. Blake Rusbolt in the 2. Braden Haynes in the 3. Rossiter in the 4. Washington in the 5. Louder, Ash, Rossiter, and Dodge.
The race is completed.
Rounding out my top 9. Race number 4 drivers. Turn them off, put them down. Coming back out, find a marshalling spot. Race number 5. Stadium Truck A main event. You will be up next. Stadium Truck A main. I will need volunteer marshals after 5 and after 6. And then I will be good all the way through our rest of our mains.
Dylan Dodge.
Novice drivers, turn them off, put them down, come on back out, find a marshalling
Kyle
spot
Ash.
for me, please. Qualifying order will be Ash on the pole, Williford in the 2, Bennett in the 3, Dodge in the 4, Friedenreich in the 5. Novice marshals, I need you guys on the track, please. Novice marshals, I need you guys on the track, please. Hey, Keith, can you just take it over to cone 5 for me? Just walk it to cone 5. That's already been blown off. You don't have to worry about that. Just take it to cone 5 for me, please. Marshals to your spots, please. Marshals to your spots. All right.
Chase
we
Williford.
are cleared for takeoff. With that being said, drivers,
1 minute to the start of the race. Chris
roll them
Brendan.
out. Check them in. Roll them out. Check them in.
Brandon Bennett.
Kyle Ash on the pole, Williford in the 2, Bennett in the 3, Dodge in the 4, Friedenreich in the 5. Race 6. Short
45
course
seconds to
coming
the
up
start
at
of the
you
race.
next.
Thirty
All
seconds to the
right,
start
no
of
more
the
laps,
race.
no more laps, no more laps. Hey, Nils, when this race is done, will you grab that blower and bring it around to cone 2? Fantastic. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Mana. Got it. All right.
Less than 5.
Stadium Truck, A main event. 6 minutes of pure fun and frivolity. Marshals, watch your areas. Sound of the tone. We are off and running. Race number 6. Short course. Be thinking about it. Kyle Ash leading out. Williford in the 2. All right, we are off and running with race number 5. This is our Stadium Truck A main event right now. Kyle Ash leading us out. Williford in the 2, Bennett in the 3. Friedenreich in the 4. Dodge going to be in my top 5. Again, huge thanks to everyone coming out today to our full Noodle Saturday. Hopefully y'all are having a fun time. A little bit longer main events. Thank you to my volunteer marshals for hopping out there and helping me out. Greatly appreciate it. That's why we can give you guys 6-minute main events. Kyle Ash leading us out. 19 and a 6:04 in the works early on. Chase Williford in the 2, Brandon Bennett in the 3. Kyle Ash leading out. Oh boy. Watching on the backside triple. Ash on top. Williford in the 2. Bennett in the 3. I will need 2 to 3 volunteers, probably 3 volunteers to help me out after race 5. 3 volunteer marshals to help me out after race number 5. $230 in, $330 to go. Kyle Ash on top. Williford in the 2. Brandon Bennett in that 3 spot. Rolling with race number 5, race number 6. That's going to be my
I think I'm going to go in and grab some 10 mil screws, some 10 mil titanium screws, and then some 1 and 2 mil black washers, just so I can black washer it all out. Oh, you soldered the thing back on? Just in case.
I'll clean it up. Make it look cleaner, but yeah. Drivers, you got 330 in, 230 to go, 330 in, 230 to go. It is Kyle Ash on top. Williford in that 2 spot. Brandon Bennett in that 3. Dylan Dodge in the 4. Watch out front, drivers. Watch it out front.
2 minutes left.
Drivers, you got 2 minutes left to go on the master clock. 2 left to go on the master clock. It's still Ash, Williford, and Bennett. Going to be my front runners.
One minute left.
Watch out front, drivers. Watch it out front. It is clear. Kyle Ash still leading out. Williford in the 2. Bennett's going to be in my top 3. All right, starting to wind this one down. Everybody will be done when you cross start finish line. That will be time. Finish lap, you are on. Bennett, you are done. Williford, you're done. Ash, you're done. Waiting on Friedenreich. Dodge out early on. Again, I'm going to need about 3 volunteer marshals, at least 3 volunteer marshals. Help me out with short course. That is our race. I'll stop. Marshals, go and grab those blowers. Start blowing off your areas, please. Taking the win, Ash. Williford in the 2. Bennett in the 3.
Transponder 17166617. The race is completed.
And again, stadium truck drivers, need you guys back on the track, corner marshal, and I need 3 volunteer marshals, please. 3 volunteer marshals. 3 car dance, but I will need 3 volunteer marshals, please. All right, let's go ahead and we'll let Nils get this short shoot taken care of. Got Friedenreich there, Dodge there, Bennett. Again, when you guys are blowing off the track, you're going to go from 1 yellow cone to the next yellow cone. Those are all charged, Chris. All right, let's go ahead and roll them out, check them in, roll them out,
Just
check
in
them
the
in.
Alas.
Ash on the pole, Billowis in the 2, Williford on the 3.
Kyle Ash. Chase Williford. 1 minute to the start of the race.
I am going to need 2 volunteer marshals, please. 2 volunteer marshals, please. 2 volunteer marshals. 2 volunteer marshals, please. 2 volunteer marshals. I need somebody on 7
45
and
seconds
somebody
to the
on
start of the
2.
race.
2 volunteer marshals, please. Todd, I want to grab 7 or 2 over here. 7 or 2. Mr. Dodge, you're going to split the deal between 4 and 0, please. I need 1 at the top of the
30
hill.
seconds to the start of the
No
race.
more laps. No more laps. Line up the cars, please. Thank you, Mr. Say. So after this race, I will need
15 seconds to the start of the race.
at least 4 to 5 volunteer marshals, at least 4 to 5 volunteer marshals. 5 minutes short course dance coming at you, sound of the tone. We're locked and loaded. Ash leading out, Billows in the 2, Williford in the 3. Race number 7. That's going to be 21.5 lock timing. A main event, 21.5 lock timing. A main coming up at you next. Ash leading out. Williford in the 2. Billowis in the 3. Billowis knocking on the back door of Williford. Williford getting upside down. Billowis going to find his way on the inside. Race number 7. 21.5 lock timing. A main event coming up at you next. 21.5 lock coming up at you next. Again, thanks so much for coming out to Full Noodle Saturday here at Hobby Action Raceway. Hopefully you guys are having a fun time. That is the plan. Ash leading out. Williford in the 2. Watch out front, drivers. Watch it out front. Watch out front. You guys have a good time? Oh, yeah. Awesome. We'll see you guys again. Drivers, you got 2:45 in, 2:15 to go. Kyle Ash leading out. Billows in the 2. Ew.
2 minutes left.
$330 in, $130 to go. $330 in, $130 to go. Kyle Ash on top. Billows in the 2. Williford in the 3.
One minute left.
Oh my. Ash sending it for a rough and tumble. That'll be time on the master clock. Everybody's going to be done when you cross our finish line. Williford, you are done. Billows, you're done. Kyle Ash on a white flag lap. You will be done when you cross the start finish line. Again, I am going to need about 4 volunteer marshals to help me out with this next race. 4 volunteer marshals help me out with this next race, and that is the race. I'll stop.
Transponder 1045, transponder 9187893, transponder 4452362. The race is completed.
All right, I need these 3 drivers on the track, and I am going to need at least 3 to 4 volunteer marshals to help me out with the next race. 3 to 4 volunteer marshals. Help me out with the next race, please. Marshals of your spots, please. Marshals of your spots. Chase, I need you either on 3 or on 5. Justin, I need you split between those 2 cones. Between those 2 cones, between the 2 cones that you're standing at right there. Fantastic. Let's go and roll them out, check them in. Thank you, Scott. Thank you,
Bob
Brandon.
Goodwill.
I need 1 volunteer marshal, top of the hill. 1 volunteer marshal, top of the hill. Thank you, Chris, for helping me out. I do appreciate that.
Lee Helmrich.
Marshals to your spots. I need 1 volunteer marshal on cone number 2. 1 volunteer marshal on cone number 2, please.
Bill Christensen. Man on fire. James Maxwell. Aaron Ferrara.
All right, no more laps. This is warm-up, gentlemen. I need a marshal on cone number 2, please. I need 1 volunteer marshal on cone number 2, please. 1 volunteer marshal on cone number 2. Lee Helmrich on the pole. Goodwill in the 2. Caller in the 3. Maxwell in the 4. Deline in the 5. Ferrara in the 6. Morrison
45
in the
seconds to
7.
the start of the race.
Christensen on the 8. Brown on the 9. Conjunction junction, what is the malfunction?
Thirty seconds to the start of the race.
Thank you, Mr. Say. Appreciate you on that. All right,
15 seconds
6
to the start
minutes,
of the race.
21-5, lock timing. A main event. Y'all know the routine. Drivers ready, marshals ready. Going at the sound of the tone. And we're locked and loaded. Helmrich leading us out. Let's keep it clean out front, kids. Keep it clean out front. Nicely done. That's what I like to see. Watch the bottom of the hill. Watch the bottom of the hill. Bottom of the hill is clear. Watch go by start finish line. Clear. Thank you, Chris. Leading us out is going to be Bob Goodwill. Deline in the 2. Helmrich in the 3. Ferrara in the 4. Brown transfer spot up into the top 5. Watch from the driver's stand, guys. Watch from the driver's stand. Front driver's stand is clear. Let's keep it clean out front, guys. Leading us out going to be Bob Goodwill. Working his way through the whoop section he goes. Deline and Helmrich going at it. Watch bottom of the hill. Deline spinning around. Ferrara now going to find his way up into the top 3. 130 in, 430 to go. Brown and Caller going at it. Caller getting it wrong in the switchback. Leader on deck is going to be Bob Goodwill. By the start-finish line, going up the hill, going down the hill. Helmrich in the 2. Deline in the 3. Ferrara, Brown, and Caller going at it. Let's keep it clean, Mike. Nicely done, and game on, gentlemen. Nicely done. That's what I like to see, guys. Watch it out the whoops. Watch it out of the whoops. It is clear. 210 in, 350 to go. 210 in, 350 to go. Goodwill leading out. Oh, Caller can't catch a break. Got the speed. 230 in, 330 to go. Goodwill on top. Helmrich in that 2. Ferrara in the 3. Nope, Deline in the 3 now. Ferrara going to drop it to the 4. Race number 8, 17.5, two-wheel drive expert stock. Here coming up next. You know what that means. Facebook Live video. Hell yeah. 250 in, 310 to go. Watch it on the floater double. Watch it on the floater double. It is clear. Bob Goodwill leading out. Helmrich in that 2. Goodwill. Backside triple, double, single coming up on Anton. Race number 8. 17.5 expert, two-wheel drive coming up at you next. 75 expert watch. Coming to the backside triple. Thank you, Scott. .330 in, 230 to go. It is Goodwill leading out. Helmrich in the 2 spot. Deline in the 3. Deline, open track for him. Watch bottom of the hill. Thank you, Mr. Say. Ferrara and Maxwell going at it 4th and 5th. Brown getting it wrong. Watch by start finish line. Watch by start finish line.
2 minutes left.
It is clear. Watch it in center, guys. Watch it in center. The leader on deck going to be Bob Goodwill, working through the whoop section. Helmrich in the 2. Deline in the 3. Maxwell now moving up into the top 4. Morissette in the Cowler in the 5. With 4:30 in, 1:30 to go. 4:30 in, 1:30 to go. Two-wheel drive expert stock, A main event coming up at you next. Two-wheel expert stock, A main coming up at you next. Marshall in the center. Thank you, Brandon. Nicely done, good sir. With a minute left to go, drivers, minute left to go. Bob Goodwill rocking in the clean air. Through the whoop section he goes. He's got about 5.5 seconds. Marshall out front. Thank you,
1 minute left.
Brandon. Helmrich hooking up a pipe. Deline not quite close enough to capitalize. Gap was 3.2, now going to be 1.5. With under a minute to go. Under a minute to go. Nicely done, Rich. 5:15 in, 45 seconds to go. Thank you, Scott. With 45 seconds to go, 45 seconds to go. Deline and Helmrich working through the whoop section. Deline, close, he can taste it. Under 30 to go, drivers under 30 to go. Through the floater double. That'll be your battle for second and third. Work with you there. Bill, please hold your line. With under 20, drivers under 20. Helmrich and Deline. Oh, Deline does the slow roll. Less than 10, drivers, less than 10. Watch top of the hill. It is clear, less than 10. And 2 and 1, and everybody will be done when you cross the line. Bob Goodwill taking the win. You are done. Marshals, make sure you're grabbing those blowers. Lee Helmrich in the 2. You are done. Christensen, Deline, Morissette, Maxwell moving up in the top 4. You are done. Cowler in the 5. You are done. Brown in the 6. You are done. And that is a race. I'll stop. Marshall's going to grab those blowers. Start blowing off your areas. Marshall, grab your blowers. Start blowing off your areas. We are going live with our two-wheel drive expert stock, two-wheel drive A main event here on our Full Noodle Saturday here at Hobby Action Raceway.
Transponder
We got our
5002187.
blowers on the track.
Transponder
We're getting
5787179.
dialed in for that.
Transponder
2024 Desert Classic.
105619539.
We're going to turn it around. We got some hot and heavy
Transponder
happiness going on here in
7293525.
17.5 Expert. Drivers from race number 7. I need you guys
Transponder
back on track.
5000187. Transponder 64959592756.
Drivers from race number 7. I need
Transponder
you guys back on the track,
105643.
please. Qualifying
The race is completed.
here for your two-wheel drive expert stock, A main event. Marshals to your spots, please. Marshals to your spots. Marshals to your spots, please. Let's go ahead and roll them out. Check them in. Roll them out. Check them in. Two-wheel drive expert stock, A main event. Need a marshal in the center, please. Where are my marshals at? Lollygagging out. Lollygagging.
Chicken nugget. Matthew Wilbill.
I'll tell you. Qualifying in the 8th spot, it's going to be Mike Gallegos. In the 7,
Cornwell.
Caden Say. In the 6, Matthew Willoughby. In the 5, Rudy
2-2.
Gonzalez. In the 4,
Cadency.
Evan Furtick. In the
Evan
3,
Furtick.
Willie Smith.
Rudy
In
Gonzalez.
the 2, Chase Boyd. And on the pole will be
Mike Galos.
Tyler, a.k.a. Kramer. Cornwell on the pole. And Cornwell last one by the start-finish line. Boom, shakalaka. No more laps. No more laps. Where are my marshals at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do this. Let us get one volunteer marshal on cone number 9, backside triple. I need a volunteer corner marshal, cone number 9, backside triple. Volunteer corner marshal, backside triple, cone number 9.
1 minute to the start of the race.
I had two gentlemen that are unable to corner marshal. Thank you, Mr. Say. You're a gentleman and a scholar for that. Caden gets 0.8 of a second on his best lap. I joke. With that being
45
said,
seconds to the start
drivers
of the
ready,
race.
marshals ready. 17.5 Expert A main coming at you. Sound of the tone. Cornwell on the trigger. Boyd in the 2. Willie Smith in the 3. Furtick in the 4. Through the floater double. Through the switchback section. Smith and Boyd hooking up back bumper. Kyler Cornwell going to be leading us out early on through the jump away. Whoop section he goes. Boyd in the 2. Smith in the 3. Furtick, Gonzalez, Willoughby, Say, and the Greek god of Gaiaos. Rounding out my top 8. Race number 9, 17.5 lock timing. A main event coming up at you next. Cornwell, Boyd, Smith, Furtick, Gonzalez, Willoughby. Say, putting it upside down. We'll battle it back up front right now. It is going to be Kyler Cornwell on top. Chase Boyd in that 2. We'll do a little camera work right here. Oh, my goodness. Look what we can do with that. Woo! Yeah, we're going to make everybody angry out there. Kyler Cornwell leading out. Chase Boyd in that 2 spot. Willie Smith in the 3. Chase Boyd hot on the throttle. All over the back door of Kyler Cornwell like white on rice. Watch bottom of the hill. It is clear. 7 minutes of pure, unadulterated excitement here on our full noodle Saturday here at Hobby Action Raceway. Kyler Cornwell leading out. Boyd in the 2. Willie Smith in the 3. Reedy, a.k.a. Associated of Kyler Cornwell. TLR, a.k.a. R1 of Chase Boyd in the 2. Willie Smith, Reedy, a.k.a. and Associated. Boyd put it upside down. Here comes Smith now. We'll battle in for that top 2. Smith getting it on the outside of Boyd off the end of the short chute off the moguls. And then Smith gets it wrong. Willoughby, the fastest marsupial in the West, going to be hopping his way into the top 3 right now. Meanwhile, Kyler Cornwell, no soup for you. He is gone. Chase Boyd in that 2 spot. Through the uphill, downhill, Willoughby and Smith, 3rd and 4th. Going up the hill, going down the hill. There you go. Furtick in the 5. Say in the 6. Gonzalez and Gaiaos. Rounding out my top 8. There's your leader. Going up the hill, going down the hill. Kyler Cornwell ripping and gripping, rolling and rocking. Pop a wheelie through the switchback section. He's got it on like Donkey Kong. Jumping away from the driver's stand. Almost flying into the corner. Pick up Chase Boyd right now. Not quite far into the corner as he usually goes, but solid run for Chicken Nuggy, as we like to call him, in that 2 spot. Locked and loaded in 3 is going to be the all pink of Willoughby. Smith in the 4. Cornwell working his way through traffic, finding his way around Say and Gaiaos. Going at it for 7th and 8th. There they go by the start-finish line. Watching. Marshall on the short chute. It is clear. Kyler Cornwell leading out. Cornwell going up the hill, going down the hill. Backside triple he goes. Meow. There we go. Pick up Cornwell as we like to see. He's coming up on the back door of Smith. A little bit of rough lap out of Smith. Smith still sitting in that. Top 6 now. Kyler Cornwell leading out. Through the backside triple. That was Willoughby putting it upside down. In that 2, there is Cornwell. In that 3 is going to be Chase Boyd. Hi, Jim Silve. Sorry you're not out here having fun with us today. Hopefully all is well. Willoughby in the 3. Cornwell
2 minutes left.
Launching it. Fast lap out of Kyler Cornwell. 18-4, 18-5, 18-9 out of your top 3. Marshall out front. It is clear. Thank you, Anton. Back out of front, Kyler Cornwell. Through the backside triple he goes. Watch top of the hill, guys. Watch top of the hill. Cornwell leading out. Through the whoop section he goes. Through the short chute in that 2 spot is going to be Chase Boyd. Working his way up the hill, going down the hill. Marshall out front, please. Marshall out front. Clear. Drivers, you got 440 in. Ha ha! 120 to go. It is Kyler Cornwell on top. Chase Boyd in that 2 spot. Matthew Willoughby in the 3. Jeremy Thornton, hope you are well. Hopefully you're surviving the cold weather. By the way, it was a nice balmy 72 degrees out here in Arizona today.
1 minute left.
And yes, I was in shorts. So, hope you're doing well. All the best to you and the fam. Chase Boyd in 3. Keep it clean out front, guys. Keep it clean. Gonzalez and Fertig playing tag with 45 seconds to go. Kyler Cornwell trying to seal the deal. He's got 30 seconds left to go. 30 seconds left to go. He's got 6.5 seconds on Chase Boyd right now. Chase Boyd right there going up the hill, going down the hill. That is the gap. You can see him on camera. There is Cornwell. There is Boyd. So good gap out of Cornwell. Boyd in that 2 spot. Solid run out of your top 3. Willoughby going to be sitting in that top 3. He's got to be happy from throwing it down out of the shop. With under 15 to go, Willie Smith now finds his way back up into the top 3. There's Rudy Gonzalez. With less than 5, drivers less than 5. 17.5 lock timing, A main event. That's 11 car dance. You will be up next. Time has expired. Chase Boyd, you are done. Willie Smith, you are done. Mike Gallos, you're done. Everyone will be done when you cross our finish line. Rudy, you are done. Waiting on Willoughby, Fertig, Kyler Cornwell taking the win. Caden say that is a race. I'll stop. That concludes our 17.5 A main event. Bill Christensen, you want to pick up that blower right there and blow off your area all the way around into this corner on cone number 2 for me? Thank you very much. Drivers from race number 8, I need you guys to turn them off, put them down, come on back out, find a marshalling spot. Race number 9, 17.5 lock timing, A main event. Coming up at you next.
Chris Rendenreich.
All right, drivers from race number 9. I need you guys on the track, corner marshal. Drivers from race number 9. I need you guys on the track to corner marshal for me, please. Once again, when you are blowing off the track, you're going to go from one yellow cone to the next yellow cone. Qualifying in the 11th spot will be Craig Nelson in the 10, Nils Crenshaw in the 9, Dave Rosen in the 8, Chris Friedenreich in the 7, Scott Mann in the 6, Larry Tom in the 5, Colton Davis in the 4, Todd Farnham in the 3, Bob Goodwill in the 2, Brandon Bennett, and on the pole will be CJ Mann. Marshals to your spots, please. Marshals to your spots. Let's go and roll them out. Check them in. I should not be looking for any volunteers. I should have 8.
Brandon Bennett.
Marshals on the track. Willie, will you be able to call two-wheel mod? Fantastic.
1 minute to the start of the race.
You're a little squirrely. All right, race
CJ.
number 9.
Colton Davis.
17.5 lock timing, A main event.
Todd Farnham. 45 seconds to the start of the race. Dave Rosen.
11 car dance. Figured I'd throw you guys a bone, because why not? I can.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, and with that being
Craig
said,
Nelson.
no more laps. We got our cars lined up. 17.5 lock timing, A main event.
15 seconds to the start
6
of the race.
minutes of pure, unadulterated excitement. Nils, you want to roll by the start-finish line? Did you take a lap?
Niels Clenchich.
Go and
Less than 5.
take a lap. You sure? All righty. Let's get our cars lined up. Dave Rosen, you are in the 9. Nils, you are in the 10. Nils, you're just a tad bit up front. Fantastic. All right. So, let's get a head nod out of everybody up on the driver's stand. 17.5 lock timing. This is a 6-minute main event. That means through the uphill, downhill, you guys are going to be going single file. Do not force any passes. Do not make me do a restart, because guess what? There will be no restart. So if you guys wad it up, sorry about your luck. Drivers ready. By the way, can I get a head nod out of everybody so you guys understand that? Thank you, Larry. I love you because you're a trendsetter. You guys are going at the sound of the tone. Let's have a little fun. Keep it clean, keep it clean. Let's do a restart on that. I didn't say it was your fault, but I will give everyone the benefit of a doubt. Let's go ahead and get a restart on that one, gentlemen. You guys have 11 cars. I'd like to see you guys get it all the way through. Hey, Bob, I'm the race director. I can do whatever I want. How about that? Are we good? Are we good? Okay. I'll call for a restart if I want to again. Driver's ready. Where are you going? Goodness gracious. Antsy. Driver's ready, marshal's ready. Sound of the tone. There we go. Much better. That's what I like to see. You guys are playing well with one another, somewhat. All right, we are off and running 17.5 lock timing. A main event. Your pole sitter, CJ Mann, leading us out. Bennett, does the slow roll. Goodwill gets into the wing. Remember, drivers, this is a 6-minute main event. Keep your passes clean. Goodwill in the 3 spot. Now jumps over to the top. Let's keep it clean, kiddos. Bennett getting it wrong. Settle it down, gentlemen. Settle it down. Oh, my goodness. Where are you guys going? Your leader on deck going to be CJ Mann. Colton Davis keeping it rubber side down. In the 2, Farnham, Bennett, Friedenreich, Rosen, Goodwill, Tom. We're not even a minute into it. You guys are all over the place. It is CJ Mann leading out. Colton Davis in the 2, Bennett in the 3, Farnham in the 4. Friedenreich, Rosen, Goodwill, Mann. Looks like Nelson. We are off and running. Race number 9 on deck. Race number 10, 2-wheel drive, modified A main event. Coming up at you next. 1:30 in, 4:30 to go. Out front is going to be CJ Mann. Oh, one behind you, Chase. One behind you, Chase. One behind you, Chase. Clear. All right, out front it's going to be CJ Mann. Brandon Bennett in that 2 spot. Watch on the backside triple. Watch backside triple. Thank you, Mr. Stay. CJ Mann leading out. Brandon Bennett in the 2. Colton Davis in the 3. Friedenreich in the 4. Goodwill in the 5. Pick up that battle going on for 4th and 5th. Mann in the 6. Farnham in the 7. Rosen, Tom, Nelson, Clinshaw. 3:30 in, 2:30 to go. 3:30 in, 2:30 to go. There's Friedenreich and Goodwill. 4th and 5th are going up the hill. Coming up on you, Nils. Oh, Colton getting it wrong in the center. That drops him down a spot. Craig, you got leader 3rd and 4th on you. And you are good on that, sir. Regain. Friedenreich, Davis, and Goodwill. That is 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Working away through the whoop section they go. Up the hill, down the hill. Four minutes in, 2 to go. 4 minutes in, 2 to go. You're watching race number 9, 17.5 lock timing.
2 minutes left.
Main event. Watch on the backside triple. That was Somebody putting it upside down. Goodwill getting it wrong on the backside triple. That's going to drop him down a spot. Down to the top 6 now. Watch on the floater double. Watch floater double. Thank you, Mike. Davis putting it upside down. Here comes Mann working on the backside triple. Davis getting it. No, that's Friedenreich getting it wrong. Oh, boy. Keep it clean out front. Nicely done, guys. So now Mann up into the 4, Friedenreich into the 5, Goodwill in the 6. Battle for 5th and 6th between Friedenreich and Goodwill. That'll be 5th and 6th working with you. Marshall in the center, please. Clear. 4:45 in, 1:15 to go. CJ Mann leading out. Brandon Bennett in that 2 spot. Colton Davis in the 3. Watch backside triple. 5 minutes in, 1 to go. 5 minutes in, 1 to go.
1 minute
Race
left.
number 10, two-wheel drive, modified, A main event. Coming up at you next. Two-wheel mod, A main event. Coming up at you next. Marshall out front, please. Thank you, Mike. It is clear. CJ Mann leading out. Brandon Bennett in the 2. Colton Davis in the 3. Scott Mann in the 4. Friedenreich in the 5. Farnham, Goodwill, Rosen, LT. Drivers, you got 15 seconds left to go. 15 seconds left to go. Rolling with race number 9. Race number 10, two-wheel drive, modified, A main event. Coming to batch next, less than 5. Less than 5, that will be time on the master clock. You will be done when you cross our finish line. Keep them rolling, keep them rolling. Bob Goodwill, you are done. Rosen, you are done. Bennett, you are done. Waiting on everybody else. Nils, you are done. Colton, you are done. LT, you are done. CJ Mann, you are done. Scott Mann, you are done. Waiting on everybody else. Nelson, you are done. Done, done, and done. That is our race. I'll stop. Marshals, go and grab those blowers. Two-wheel drive modified. Coming up at you next. We'll get Willie over here to announce. It's going to be Scott on the legend on the pole. Boyd in the 2. Lake in the 3. Cornwell in the 4. Billowis in the 5. Davis in the 6. Caller in the 7. Leffler in the 8. Sanchez in the 9. Weir on the 10. Need my marshals back on the track.
Transponder 3390446.
9
Transponder
marshals on the track.
75979.
Should have
Transponder
9
3390446. Transponder 34469863482000. Transponder 3490986. Transponder 346989046. Transponder 7597794. Transponder 3446986339046. Transponder 7597794.
Hold your cars, gentlemen. Marshals to your spots, please. Marshals to your spots. 17.5 lock timing drivers. I need you guys on the track, please. 17.5 lock timing drivers on the track. I should have 9 marshals on the track. LT, you want to help me out in front of the driver's stand? So it goes from 2 to 5. So it comes all the way around to 2. Yeah, you get your steps in. Craig, why don't you help me out? Actually, we're pretty good.
Jacinth Alawas. I hate Paul Weir. Ryan Caller. Chicken Nugget. Kyle Davis. Local Flip Flops legend. Kyler Cornwell. Orange. Zippy. I love Jimmy left. 1 minute to the start of the race.
All right, everybody line them up. No more laps. We're going to have Paul Weir in the 10,
45 seconds
Sanchez
to
in
start
the
the
9,
race.
Leffler in the 8, Caller in the 7, Davis in the 6,
Craig Nelson, can I get you over on cone number
30 seconds to the
0
start of
for
the
me,
race.
by the steps for me? Thank you very much.
Davis in the 6, Justin in the 5, Kyler in the 4, Richard in the 3, Chase in the 2, and on the pole is Scott Spear.
15 seconds to the start of the race. Less than 5.
All right, marshals on your toes. We're going to go racing on the tone. All right, Scott Spear leading out with Boyd right behind him, trying to make a pass on the inside on that corner. Scott able to maintain his lead. Kyler getting around Richard for that 3rd spot. Here they all come up over the hill. Chase looking to the inside again. All right, 1, 2, and 3 right on each other, coming over that back triple. It'll be Scott, Boyd, and Cornwell with Lake in that 4 spot, Davis in the 5.
Kyler left are going at it in behind. Your top 3 breaking away. Just helping you. You're fine. You're good. Really going over the backside of triple right now.
All right, got your leaders coming around the finish line now. Spear still leading out. They're staying pretty close together this entire race so far. Lake's still holding on to that 4 spot with Davis behind him, and Caller, Leffler, Justin, Paul, and Sanchez.
Boy caught a fight.
Boy-
Kept it together. Cornwell taking it. You're good. I'm out.
We are 1:45 in with 4 minutes left to go. Spear gapping out a little bit on Boyd as Boyd takes back over that 2 spot. Lake in the 3 now. Kyler dropping down a few spots in that 5. Davis in the 4 spot. And your leader puts it upside down. That allows Boyd and Lake to catch up. Lake popping into the 3 spot now. As they all go 1, 2, 3, and 4 up over the hill. Coming into the triple. I didn't see what happened there, but it looks like Boyd got around. So now Boyd's going to be in your top spot, Lake in that 2, and Scott dropping back to the 3. Your top 5 are all within tenths of a second of each other. Watch up over the hill. It's clear. And here they come over the hill again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All battling it out. Davis putting the moves on Spear. It's going to put him up in that 3 spot now. I didn't see what happened there. Looks like they got into it over the line. Watch the hill. Clear. Watch going into the whoop section. Clear. All right, Kyler in that 4 spot. Boyd with a mistake going over the hill. That's going to put Richard in the 1 spot in that new B7. As he comes over the flyaway jump into the whoops. Boyd right on his tail. Now Cornwell picking up some ground. Followed by Scott and Kyle.
2 minutes left.
The closest battle is going to be those top 3 right now as they come over the whoop section across the start finish. Watch the whoop section. Kyler and Boyd getting into it as they come up over the hill. Now that's going to be your closest battle for that 2 spot. Lake gapping out a little now. Now Cornwell up into that 2. A little bobble out of him. That puts Boyd's able to get on the inside of him. And here comes Cornwell back on the inside. That is your closest battle on the track right now. Coming up over the hill. Lake's maintaining that lead with 1 minute left to go.
1 minute left.
Now Cornwell with the pass back on Boyd. Now Boyd back on the inside. Looks like they made some contact there. Boyd's going to wait for him. That's going to allow Legend now to get back up into the 2 spot. So Cornwell and Boyd are going to battle it out for that 3rd spot. Lake has pretty much checked out on this race. 25 seconds left to go. Here comes your 2, 3, and 4 over the triple. Coming into that whoop section now. Now we're going to have a battle for that 2 with Scott and Kyler as they come over the hill. 3 seconds left to go. This is going to be the last lap. Kyler rolls it over. Here comes Boyd. Over the triple. This is going to be your final lap. If they can get across the line, Boyd and Cornwell are going to finish in that 4 and 5 spot. And that is a race. Everybody is done. Richard Lake taking the win in that new B7. Marshals, make sure you grab your blowers.
All right, drivers from two-wheel drive mod, go and turn them off, put them down, come back out, find a marshalling spot for me if you would. The final 2 races of the day, 17.5 lock timing, 4-wheel drive sportsman. Coming at you next, drivers from two-wheel drive mod. Go ahead and come on down, find a marshalling spot for me if you would. I'd appreciate it. So easy to drive. Huh.
Transponder 6875871. Transponder 613716220. Transponder 6756539. Transponder 30449998. Transponder 6132269.
All right, two-wheel drive modified drivers. I need you kids out on the track, please. Two-wheel drive modified drivers. I need you guys out on the track for me if you would. Race number 11.
Transponder 6875871.
17.5 lock timing.
The race is completed.
Y'all know the routine. You can roll them out, check them in, baby. Roll them out, check them in. All I can say is, wow. What? Only production kits available? Well, you know.
Clint Salter.
It's not who you know, Jimmy Leff. It's, you know.
Scott Mann. Keith Himmelman.
All right, qualifying in the 9 spot, Bill Christensen.
Rich
In
Brown.
the 8, Rich Brown. In the 7, Brandon Chandler. In the 6,
Hellman.
Paul Fontaine. In the 5, Bob Goodwill. In the 4,
Paul
Scott
Fontaine.
Mann. In the 3, Lee Helmrich. In the 2, Keith Himmelman. And on the pole will be
Bob Goodwill.
Clint Salter. With that being said, no more laps, no more laps. The cars lined up. All right. Mr. Goodwill, you are number 5.
1 minute to the
Thank you
start of
very
the
much.
race.
All right, y'all know the routine. 6 minute. 17.5 lock timing. Y'all know the routine. Sound of the tone, loop. Excuse me, at the sound of the tone. And we are locked and loaded. Salter leading us out. Himmelman in that 2. Helmrich in the 3. Salter getting a little wiggly-quiggly off that backside triple. Himmelman pushing it wide. Helmrich puts it up on two wheels, dives to the inside. Watching center, guys. Watching center. Thank you, Justin. Thank you. I know. All fun. All right, drivers, you got 1 minute in, 5 to go. Salter leading out. Helmrich in the 2, Himmelman in the 3. Goodwill, Brown, man. Fontaine, no joy out of. Thank you. So again, thank you so much for everyone coming out today to our full Noodle Saturday. Hopefully you guys had a fun time today. Don't forget, if you guys have one of those B7s on order, they do have bodies inside, unless they're all sold out. Drivers, you got 2:30 in, 3:30 to go. It is Lee Helmrich in the 2. Clint Salter, backside triple. Off and running. In that 2, Helmrich in the 3 will be Himmelman. Goodwill in the 4. Let's see here. There's Himmelman going away from the jump. There's Goodwill going away from this driver's stand. Again, thank you to everyone coming out today. Hopefully you all had a fun time. If you did, tell your friends and family. We always do it again on Wednesday and Saturday. So thanks so much for everyone coming on out. All right, drivers, you got 3:20 in, 2:40 to go. Clint Salter still leading out. Helmrich in the 2, Himmelman in the 3. On the backside,
2
triple
minutes
drivers,
left.
it is clear. Clint Salter leading out. Lee Helmrich in that 2 spot. Himmelman in 3. Goodwill in the 4. Brown, Fontaine. Scott going to take a knee. Rough. We are rolling race number 11, race number 12, final race of the day. 13.5 four-wheel expert coming up at you next. It is Clint Salter on top. Lee Helmrich in that 2 spot. Himmelman in the 3. Goodwill in the 4. Brown in the 5. Salter right now working his way. Jumping away from the driver's stand. Working into the whoop section. By the start-finish line. He's got 2.6 on Helmrich. Helmrich right now, by timing and scoring, up the hill, going down the hill. In the 3 spot. Going to be Himmelman rocking the white and blue, but here comes Goodwill. That'll be your battle for 3rd and 4th. Through the switchback section. It's Salter on top. Helmrich in the 2. Himmelman in the 3. Goodwill in the 4. Himmelman and Goodwill still going at it. Coming up the hill, going down the hill. They got under 20. Goodwill's got him in the sights. Goes for the death from above. Not able to get it on that one. Race number 12, final race of the day. Four-wheel drive expert. Coming at you next. There's Himmelman. There's Goodwill. They're going to get by for one more with time running out, and that will be time. Salter, you are done. Got you at the line. Well-deserved win. Good, sir. Lee Helmrich in the 2. You are done. Battle Royale going on for 3rd and 4th. There's Himmelman and Goodwill. Goodwill giving it all she's got. Captain just not going to get it. Comes up just a bit short. That is a race. I'll stop. Marshall's going to grab those blowers. Final race of the day. Four-wheel drive expert coming at you next. Yo. Thank you, sir. You got it, buddy. Thanks for everything. Appreciate all the help today. All right, four-wheel drive expert. Coming up at you next, I do need the 6 drivers back out on the track, and if I could get one volunteer,
Jacob Linton.
Help me out with race number 12. I would appreciate it. One volunteer, Marshall. Help me out, race number 12. Final race of the day.
Mike Galos.
All right, let's go and roll them out. Check them in. Qualifying in the 7th spot, Chris Wright. In the 6th, Jacob Linton. In the 5, Mike Gallos. In the 4, Kyle Haney. In the 3, CJ Mann. In the 2, Kevin Cornwell. And on the pole will be Ryan Caller. 17.5 lock timing. A main event drivers, I need you guys on the track, please.
CJ. 1 minute to the start of the race.
Thank you, Chase. Appreciate that. All right, no more laps. If I could get one volunteer marshal, please. I need one volunteer marshal. Thank you, Mr. Maxwell. I do need one additional volunteer marshal if I could. On cone number 5.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Volunteer marshal on cone number 5, please. Cars are lined up. Fantastic. Final race of the day. Again, thanks so much for coming on out. Drivers ready, marshals ready. You know the routine at the sound of the tone. And we are locked and loaded. Cornwell cooking up a pipe early on. Let's keep it clean out front, kids. 6-minute A main event. It is Caller, Cornwell. Man, Haney. Oh, Haney coming over the top. Nicely done, gentlemen. Way to work together. That's what I love to see. Out front, it is going to be Ryan Caller. Kevin Cornwell in that 2 spot. Mike Gallos in the 3. Man and Haney going at it for 4th and 5th. Final race of the day. Again, thanks so much for everyone coming on out. Hopefully you kids had a good time. Caller and Cornwell up the hill, going down the hill. To the front side, double. Gallos in the 3. Haney and Mann, 4th and 5th. You got it. All right, back up front, still going to be Ryan Caller. Kevin Cornwell in that 2 spot. Gallos and Haney going at it through the jump away. We are rolling with race number 12. Final race of the day. Again, huge thanks for everyone coming on out. Hopefully, you all had a fun time today. Screw you guys. Oh, heck yeah. Would you not? Three minutes in, 2 to go. It is, excuse me, Caller leading out. Cornwell in 2, Gaius in the 3, Haney in the 4, Mann in the 5, Linton in the 6, Wright in the 7. That's fine. Wah, wah. All right, drivers, you got 3:30 in, 2:30 to go. 3:30 in, 2:30 to go. It is Ryan Caller leading out. Cornwell in the 2.
Two minutes left.
Drivers, you got 4:30 in, 1:30 to go. 4:30 in, 1:30 to go. It is Ryan Caller leading out. Kevin Cornwell in that 2 spot. Gaius in the 3, Linton in the 4. Oh.
One minute left.
Drivers, you got 45 seconds left to go. 45 seconds left to go. Again, huge thanks for everyone coming out today. Hopefully, y'all had a good time. Oh, that's true. It's true. It's true. Starting to wind this one down with under 25. Drivers under 25. Less than 15. Watch out the end of the straightaway. Watch out the end of the straightaway. Time starting to wind down with less than 5. Less than 5. Less than 5. Caller leading out. Cornwell, Gaius, Linton, Haney. That is time. You will be done when you cross start finish line. CJ Man got you at the line. Chris Wright, you are done. Waiting on a couple cars. Thank you, sir. Everybody else starting to finish them up. And Haney going to find his way into the top 4. That is a race. I'll stop. Again, thanks so much for everyone coming out today. Appreciate everyone coming on out. Hopefully you guys had a fun time. Don't forget, we do it all over again on Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. Again, huge thanks to all my volunteer marshals for hopping out there today. I greatly appreciate you guys. That's going to seal the deal on our full Noodle Saturday.
The race is completed.